All right, guys. Today we have a fairly common 8-ball situation. All right. This is my last ball here, the 11 ball. The 8 ball is down here on or just off the rail. I think this one's just on the rail. Okay, so I'm going to cover on how to do a couple different ways how to do a kill shot and to how to go up and down as well. Okay. What is a kill shot? Well, we're going to dive into this because there are some different ways to do it. There's definitely some ways not to do it. Okay. So I'm going to cover about 3 shots that will work in this kind of situation. And then I'm going to get into a little bit on how and why to play them. So if you don't like a little bit of commentary, if you don't like a little bit of learning, pass this video. All right. If you do and you like it, please consider subscribing. Okay, so let's dive into what to do here. All right, and let's take note here. The cue ball is right on the center of the foot string. Okay, the goal in this shot is to try to hold the cue ball somewhere in this area here, not letting it pass the head string. Okay, which is diamond number 2. Okay, so on this shot, we're going to do a straight side, inside, 2 tips of inside center. Okay, we're going to do a kill shot. It's basically going to be a slow rolling kill shot. Okay, the goal is to let it make it stop before it passes the head string. Okay, and the follow through is very important on the shot. I'll talk about more of that in a minute. Okay, so you see we killed the cue ball and we're about 2 to 3 inches inside of the head string. Okay, now here's what the same shot looks like, which many of you beginners and low intermediate players will probably just try to slow roll this and you'll end up over here somewhere. Okay, I'm going to take that with the same weight, but no spin. Okay, and we leave ourselves with a bank shot. Essentially, that was the same weight, but with no inside spin to kill it and bring it this direction and have it stop here. Okay, that's why it's called a kill shot. Follow through. You remember I was saying the follow through is important, okay? Even though you're not hitting hard, you still need a little bit of a follow through to keep that straightness. Without the follow through, you're going to be jabbing at it a little bit and you're going to cause more deflection because you're playing side spin. So you're going to cause more deflection on the cue ball. Remember, if I'm playing right spin, it's going to cause the cue ball to squirt out to the left. All right. So meaning I'm either going to overcut this or I could miss it altogether. Okay, on the left side, if I don't get a nice little follow through. Okay, so here is, and by the way, to get the follow through, you need a shorter bridge distance. You don't want to be back here. You want to be a little closer to the cue ball so that you can't pull back and follow through quite as much. It forces you to shoot a little softer. Okay, so let's try an inside jab shot here. I'm going to try to hit it at a 2-8. You see what happened? That's not where I was aiming. I did have some deflection that caused me to overcut it. So the follow through, a nice, smooth follow through, even though you're not hitting it hard, is crucial to being able to play this shot properly. All right, and the other way to make this shot is to dress it up in drag. Okay, so I'm still going to be doing a kill shot, still going to be playing that inside right spin, but I'm going to dress it up and package it into a drag shot. Okay, so I'll explain what that means in a second, but here's what it looks like first. Okay, you can see we held it nicely, but 1 ball inside the 2 diamond line. Okay, for a good shot on the 8, we missed the scratch. All right, what does a drag shot mean? Okay, so as you can see, I played some backspin on that along with the right spin. It allowed me to shoot actually just a little bit harder off the start because about halfway there, for the first half, the ball is actually spinning backwards and sideways but it's spinning backwards as well. And so it kind of allows you to shoot it harder. And about half to 2/3 of the way there, it actually releases and starts to naturally roll forward. Okay, but it still has that side spin on it because when it hits this rail, it still kills and comes this way. It kills the momentum of the shot. Okay, but I put it into a drag shot. Now, it allows you to hit just a little bit harder. You don't have to worry quite as much about a warped table or a crooked table that's not quite level because they can roll out on you if you're trying to hit a little softer. But that is another way how to make that that kill shot, okay, and hold it in this area here for some kind of a shot on the 8 like you just saw me make. All right, now let's talk about if you want to go up and down. Let's say this table's clear, there's no blockers, you plan on going up and down. There's really one right way to do it, and I'll show you why. All right, some of you may think, just play it with some outside left spin, try to come work it around to bring the cue ball back. Well, that doesn't usually work out to be very good. Check it out. Not great. And it's worth noting, the harder you actually hit that with top on it, even if you're playing outside, if you're playing top on it, the more it's actually going to stun and slow down as it's coming to this rail because the top spin is still trying to make the cue ball go that direction. Even though it's coming off this rail and going this way, the cue ball's still trying to go that way, okay? So that's not a very good option. Okay, and what about trying to play top inside spin, okay? Top right spin. Well, let's check it out. Not great. You can see right here, you could see the cue ball really slow down because it was still trying to go forward. Came off this rail, had some momentum, and then the spin grabbed it and actually slowed it down in the center of the table, and then it just lightly drifted down to this rail. So the two top spin options, not great. Well, Big Al, just try to thin it in there and play like no right, no left. Okay, well, let's just see. I'm going to play just above center. Nah, no good. All right, Big Al, hurry up and get to the point, man. All right. Well, if you are going to try to go up and down on this shot and not hold the cue ball with a kill shot, the best way, in my opinion, is to play a little bit of bottom, inside, right spin. Okay. Not a ton of bottom, not a ton of backspin, because you just want the cue ball to be sliding by the time, from this distance, sliding by the time it hits this rail. Okay. So this is what it looks like. When the cue ball is basically sliding, it comes up and down the table quite easily. Check it out. Well, we almost made it into that pocket zone. Okay, that's a little better. So basically we had a perfect sliding cue ball by the time that cue ball came off this rail and went this direction because it nicely just released and came up and down the table, as you can see. Now, going up and down is actually a pretty difficult shot in that situation, okay? That's why you need to practice how to kill the cue ball with that inside spin, okay? How to aim, how to follow through, and how to make that kill shot, okay? Because it comes in handy so that you don't have to go up and down. Again, if there were blocker balls down here, you wouldn't really be able to do that up and down shot. You have to know how to try to hold it, okay? Talk soon, guys. Next lesson.